Everyone, President of Basketball Operations Jeff Weltman is ready. If you could raise your hand in the chat, we will get to as many questions as we can. We will start with Andrew Lopez from ESPN.
Hey, how's it going? First of all, just what does this mean for your franchise to be able to walk away from tonight with the first pick?
Well, it means we have the first pick. It means we get to choose who we feel is the best fit for our team and who we feel will have the biggest long-range impact. So obviously with that will come a lot of conversations, and it'll be interesting to see some of the calls that come up. But mostly it means that we get to familiarize ourselves now with elite prospects, and we get to add one to our team.
Lou Ketrick, Spectrum Sports.
Hey, Jeff, congratulations. If you could take us through this day, what it was like for you and up until the point where you finally saw, the ping pong balls finally fall in this franchise's favor.
How can I describe it? You go into these things. We had a 50-50 shot, I think, of top three or 4 to 6. And obviously there's no strategy involved. I feel like the lottery is kind of a special event because it just makes us all fans. Basically, we're all just rooting for our team and hoping that number pops up the right way. So, but teams are built on these breaks. So it's an important night for us, and obviously we're thrilled to have caught our break.
Aaron Stolzfus, West 2.
You'd think by now I would go to unmute. Yeah. First of all, how much credit do you get for telling Jamal to go instead of you sitting up on the stage? But you mentioned the phone calls and how much a number 1 overall pick can transform a franchise. Just what do you expect to come from this? I mean, it really can change the way not only fans look at this franchise, but around the league, around the country.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly don't know what to expect. I think that there are a lot of elite level prospects at the top of this draft. And I do feel that as they start to make the rounds, teams will start to fall in love with guys, which is what generally happens. And, generally leverage will kind of unfold from there. But I know we'll have a lot of interesting discussions with teams, and obviously, we don't go into this thing looking to trade our pick. We look to add a really talented, young, high-character guy to our talent base and our roster. So, but I have no expectations on it. Obviously, we'll continue to do our work. This really doesn't change much of the way that we'll approach the draft. We're just really excited to be able to fall in love with somebody and pick that player.
Okay, let's go to Joe Kepner, WFTV.
Hey Jeff, a couple questions. First of all, how do you celebrate this tonight, having this moment, this opportunity? And also, I think it's widely accepted that there are 3 top prospects in this NBA draft: Jabari Smith, Chet Holmgren, and Paolo Banchero. Do you anticipate stopping with those 3 or expanding beyond that when you bring in guys for workouts?
No, I think, we'll do our due diligence on as many prospects as we can. There's no reason not to. I think that we're building a roster full of young, high character, talented players and an organization that's sound throughout, a new practice facility coming in line very soon, within about a month, that we're all excited about. And I think there's a general sense of momentum around the league on what we're doing. And so I think that there'll be a lot of players that'll be eager to come in and visit us. And obviously, there's no reason for us to limit our selectivity at this point. We want to meet all the top guys and get to know them and go through the process. And then as to the first part of the question, I'm going to take a pass. And what happens in Chicago will stay in Chicago tonight.
Brandon Kravitz, 96.9 The Game.
Hey, Jeff, congratulations on the number 1 overall pick. I know that you've been scouting these guys for a whole lot longer than right now. So do you already have in your mind who the number 1 overall pick should be? Not that you've made up your mind, but where you say, entering this process right now, this is who I would take, and then we go from there? Is that how this works?
I think that, it wasn't too long ago that I could answer that question in the affirmative, but the way that that the players are coming into the league now has changed so dramatically since the last probably 10 years or so, that there's just such an incomplete resume until you get the visits and until you get to flesh out the rest of the process. So no, there really isn't. We're going to go in with an open mind. We obviously have a lot of players that we like a whole lot, and we're really excited to be able to pick the one that we want. But that said, when guys come in after 1 year of college, and in some situations, not even that, this rest of the process to complete kind of the application, if you will, is really important. So we go in eagerly getting to know these guys and really understand who will be the best fit for our team on the court, off the court, in our community, and just excited to start.
Cody Taylor, USA Today Rookie Wire.
Hey Jeff, congrats on the top pick. Obviously, you were the chosen one as to go up on stage. Can you talk about why the change was made to send up Coach Mose?
I haven't been very good at this. So, it's funny. Coach was feeling lucky and we let him roll the dice. And tonight he's the coach of the year.
Eric Wilson, Sideline Sports.
Appreciate your time and just echoing the same sentiments. Congratulations.
Thanks,
can
Eric.
you just tell us what was one thing that you spoke about as soon as you realized between you and coach that you had the number 1 pick?
Just elation, just excitement, just happiness. I think, we're going to enjoy it tonight. We're going to have a big exhale. Honestly, we haven't really caught a whole lot of breaks, the last couple of years. And, you need, the way that this system is set up, you need breaks to build. And so, tonight we caught one and we're just going to enjoy it. And we have our full basketball operations staff out here in Chicago grinding and, the work begins immediately. But it was just a happy exchange.
Josh Cohen, OrlandoMagic.com.
Hey, Jeff, congrats on the number 1 pick. There was a watch party here in Orlando, a lot of celebration going on there. Just how excited are you for the fan base to now rally around this number 1 overall pick moving forward?
Yeah, more than anything, excited for the fan base. Above all, it's been, it's been a while since we've caught a break. And as I said, the way that this system is set up, you need to catch them once in a while. And, when we went through the rebuild last year, we take on all that comes with that, all the youth, all the mistakes, all the excitement, all the enthusiasm. And part of that process is going into the lottery and hoping that you come out in a good place. So, we're excited about tonight. I'm really excited that the fans have something to kind of fire them up. And they've been so supportive of our team and we've gotten so much positive feedback about the way that they feel about our young team. And knowing that, we got this pick, I hope they're having a good night tonight.
Christos Saltis, Sport DNA Greece.
Hello, Mr. Weltman. Congratulations, first of all. Speaking about the foundation that you have as a team, to add another top prospect of this process, of this season, how can raise the level of the team from your perspective? How better can make this team overall?
Well, it's a great question, Christos. Obviously we're not in it for tomorrow. We're in it for the long haul. Our roster is, I think our starting lineup this year was the youngest starting lineup in the history of the NBA over the last 25 years. And until we got injured, it was also a top 10 starting 5. So, we're thinking big picture, we're thinking character, we're thinking fit, we're thinking development and skill and all that matter towards winning. And we will, as our fans know, we'll be patient, but we're excited to be able to add another guy who will grow with our team, fit us in every possible way, and get us to where we want to get, which is to win a championship.
James Hill.
Hi, Jeff. I hope you're well. It's James Hill.
Hey,
when
James.
you look at the history, hey, how's it going? When you look at the history of this franchise, you see Shaquille O'Neal, a generational talent, taking this team to the finals. You see what Dwight was able to do in 2004. Now here we are with the Magic with another opportunity for you to get a generational player. Can you just talk about that? And again, it's a beautiful thing because you have the number 1 pick and you're moving forward.
Yeah, well, thanks for that. Obviously, I would never kind of place that kind of pressure on a player coming out, a young guy, and you know, these days they come out so young, you know, generally after 1 year of college. You know, we're just looking to add the best player that we can, the best fit that we can. We hope that, you know, this player becomes, you know, a foundational player for us, and you know, we're excited about the prospect, but I don't think you can ever go in predicting that. You know, you just have to go in believing in the player that you pick, and providing him with as much of a platform to reach his potential as possible. And I think organizationally, we're in a place where we can do that. And now we just got to find the right guy.
Okay, we have time for a few more. Jamie Say, WKMG.
And hey, Jeff,
Hey,
congratulations.
Jamie.
Hey,
Thanks.
just being at the draft combine now, how broad do you look at the combine now, and all the players, knowing that you have the #1 pick? Do you single people out, or is it still broad?
Well, you know, the combine is really morphed over years, and most of the guys that are here playing will not be, you know, first round picks, or they may be playing themselves up into the first round. Most of the more elite level players here will be doing performance testing or medicals, or one of the two, and also some visits. And it's funny, this year, some of the agents wanted to wait and see how the lottery shook out before they booked their players into visits. So presumably we will get all of those players now that we're going to be allotted by the league to meet with, and hopefully we'll have them in Orlando as well. So, you know, Chicago from this point on, you know, we also have 32 and 35, which are going to be fairly valuable picks, you know, early second round picks. And we have a lot of work to do. We've already spent a lot of time on those picks, but we'll dig in on those. And so that's largely what Chicago's about. And honestly, it's about pro days. At the end of these long days, the agents get to conduct their pro days, so we get to see how they look in those. And there's a lot of discussions between teams. And now that we all know how the lottery shook out, there'll be a lot of kind of corner conversations going on just to see who's trying to do what. So that'll be the rest of the week, and you know, it'll be a busy and eventful week.
Any final questions for Jeff Weltman? All right, thanks, Jeff.
Thanks, everyone.